Yo, the DFS Huddle. I mean, this is dedication. This is passion, Erik. This is just, it's a pure love for the game. The DFS Bachelor, my boy Erik Toft. It's Sunday morning. We're recording our Monday Night Football. Usually this is a showdown. And I got to be honest with you. I get more excited for the showdowns because I love the way we're approaching it this year with this. We're just going we had Keon Coleman last Sunday night. So I'll probably do 2 single games and the 2-game slate, me personally, just because I think there's a way to get through that. We're going to talk the Monday Night Football slate here on a Sunday morning. I'm a little worse for wear, Erik. Monday Night Football doubleheader. We saw Terrence Crawford last night, plus 210 win by decision was big for me. Big weekend in sports. I'm hungover. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I slept for about 2.5 hours. Here we are Sunday morning, rocking Monday Night Football, getting ready for Sunday. We love you all out there. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you want more of our lineups and all that good stuff that we do, so much good shit out there. Sunday Night Football lineups will be out there. Monday night, everything that we do in the Patreon. The links in the video description below. Erik, how was last night? Did you have anything on Crawford Canelo? What'd you think?
I was knee deep in college football, man. So I was grinding out the college football stuff. I went heavy in Martinez in the UFC, and he was able to get the decision over Font. So yesterday was a good day for me. Can't complain. But I'll be honest, I haven't bet on boxing in years.
Yeah, I that's probably the first win. I bet Tyson by knockout just because I was like, this will be the last time I ever get to bet it. And when Tyson was knocking people out, I was a little kid, so I got a chance to do it. So I did that without losing effort. But Bud Crawford is just, you don't get an undefeated, super generational, all world talent at plus 210 to win by decision against. I took that all day. Every day. Let's just jump into this. Let's get people going again. We appreciate you guys, man. All the support, all that good shit. Follow us on Twitter. Cheers to you all. We're doing we're just gonna do the hair of the dog. I mean, I didn't drink mimosas last night, but it's either be miserable or drink mimosas, order really shitty fast food for breakfast, which I'm gonna do as soon as we're done recording. And then I find out this guy plans his meal. He's just so much better than me, which is exactly, that's just amazing how much of a piece of shit I am compared to Erik Toft. It's
I would rather have fast food than mimosas. I'm in the goddamn Whole30 bullshit. I'm drinking water and plain chicken. Like, I would rather be doing that, man.
I feel significantly worse about myself. I want you to know that. I mean, I think justifiably so. I really do. I think I fucking deserve to feel worse. God, what a piece of shit. All right. Let's get into quarterbacks. What do you like? We got the 4 quarterbacks: Baker, Herbert, Stroud, and Geno. Projected ownership, I have Herbert as the top projected ownership against the Raiders, then Baker. Then Geno. It's projected ownership again, running through. Then Geno for the salary relief, then CJ, and then Baker Mayfield lowest owned. Now, if that turns out to be the case, give me all that Baker Mayfield. If he's the lowest owned, I'll take it all day long.
Yeah.
That's sort of where my head's at, like trying to be a little different here. It's a 2-game slate, right? And I'll probably have combinations of, I'll probably have a lineup with each guy at quarterback, honestly, or multiple, depending on how we're feeling about it. But matchup wise, it looked like the Chargers gave up a lot of fantasy points to quarterbacks. But again, that was Mahomes, and they were having to come back. Herbert was fantastic last week. Looks like some of these stats are still. I got an email saying that these were fixed, by the way, and they're not fixed. So I'm really pissed off about that. I'm just finding that out right now. The stats are not right. Herbert, though, a huge week. Baker, a huge week. Geno and CJ Stroud, on the lower end of the spectrum. What do you like quarterbacks, man?
Interesting how Baker was the leading rusher for Tampa Bay last year. Wow. Are we going to see those? He had 5 attempts for 39 yards. Are we going to see that, or is that more because of the issues with Tampa Bay's offensive line? Worse being out.
Can I say too? Can we ask you about it? Atlanta's defensive front, they're underrated. They were last year too. They were really good against opposing running backs last year as well. Yeah. Tough to run on. So I think they're a little underrated up front, right?
They went heavy with the pass rush. So I mean, that was probably more to tune with the pass rush. Tampa Bay, I'm not a big fan of their secondary. They gave up 298 to Penix last week. I am really enticed to put CJ Stroud in at the quarterback position. I think Herbert and Smith, like you said, agree with projections. I think they're going to be the top owned. I think this is a huge bounce back spot for Stroud. And the main thing was they had an offensive lineman that was ruled out literally right before the game. And I feel that kind of put everything kind of eschewed with what Houston was trying to do offensively. CJ Stroud at 5,500, I absolutely love for tomorrow, for Monday night.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit different. Again, it looks like Herbert, and I think Herbert will be popular, especially the matchup with the Raiders. And I'm going to have Herbert, certainly. I'm playing him in our Guillotine League, right? I love me some Herbert this week. In fact, someone asked me, Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts this week. I thought it was an interesting question. Did I say that in the last show? I might have, but
how do you have both those guys?
It's my friend Bridget. She's in San Diego, and she has Hurts and Herbert, and she's asking me which one to play. And I'm like, I mean, you can't go wrong with either one, But and like your first instinct is to say, oh yeah, I mean, play Herbert against that bad rate. But then you're like, that Chiefs secondary, Herbert just tore it up. No reason Jalen Hurts can't. So nonetheless, yeah, I think Herbert should be quarterback one. Is this right? That I don't even know if I can trust these stats here. I am so pissed off at the data company who did this to me. They owe me. I'm so mad. But did Geno really get 22 DraftKings points last week? Is that accurate? Because that's a good start for him. Gets the New York Chargers, division rival. I just worry about the weapons for Geno Smith.
Geno put up 21.48 DraftKings points last week.
Okay, so good. So I do have accurate stats there. It still looks like just those primetime games. My apologies. I don't know why this is happening. I thought it was fixed. But those guys that played in the primetime games, if you're looking on the screen, it won't show their total from last week, and I don't know why. I was just going to ask you something else, and I completely forget here. Oh, yeah, the weapons of Geno Smith. Like, I would lean Stroud over Smith just because is Brock Bowers even going to play? I mean,
we don't know what's going on. Today's Sunday, practice yesterday. He was out of practice on Saturday, so we really don't know what is going on.
I read his leg was in a like from a beat reporter who was in the locker room and on this during practice, his leg was in a compression sleeve. That was Thursday or Friday. On Friday, I want to say his leg was in a compression sleeve. So then he's like, well, are they really going to lean on the running game that much? I do think there's going to be some value there, especially if Bowers is out with Max Mayer. We'll talk about the targets, but it certainly hurts Geno's upside if you don't have your best target, right?
100%. But I think it opens stuff up though for sneaky.
Sure. Absolutely. And I'm telling you right now, if I'm going to have Baker Mayfield as the lowest owned of the four, sign me up, because Baker Mayfield has massive upside. It wasn't even a super clean week one for the Bucs offense. 2 touchdowns to Emeka Egbuka. Still scored 23. I mean, Baker's elite. And if he's going to be the lowest owned, because he's a little bit more expensive, there's plenty of spots we can find savings on salary. Let's go to running backs here. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. So you mentioned Bucky. You mentioned the struggles running the ball last week. I think they'll have more success. You saw the Rams were able to run the ball in Houston a little bit. Bucky Irving did have 14 carries, 4 targets. He was able to get 15 points. He's the top guy. Then you have the Chargers, who are going to have this big number one. They didn't allow anything against running backs last week, and I think that's probably just a symptom of the Chiefs have a bad running game. I don't know, this Pacheco Hunt. I think you might see that rookie, Marshall, is that his last name? The young rookie over there for the Chiefs. He might end up taking a more prominent role. But so Ginty's going up the Chargers front, which was really effective last week. The offensive line for the Raiders didn't look great. Ginty, 19 carries last week, only 38 yards. He did poke it into the end zone. He's at 7K. Mm-hmm. Then you've got these Chargers running backs. Amarian Hampton only carried the ball 4 times. He's at 5'8". 5'8" DraftKings, 6K FanDuel. I don't think so. But the game script would play into.
He had 15 carries.
Oh, excuse me. See, primetime player with bad stats in front of my face. Sorry, I was reading off my.
He had 15.
Sorry, my bad. I forgot. Yeah. This is why they shouldn't fuck with my data on the screen right in front of me. I thought it looked weird. So sorry. What did Hampton have last week?
He had 15 for 48, two receptions, 13 yards, 8.1 DraftKings points. But the thing that stood out to me, he played 80% of the snaps.
80% of the snaps. So they got that right. I got the snap count right on my data, but they won't give me the fantasy totals. I'm sorry, my bad. So yeah, 80% of the snaps. 5'8" DraftKings, 6K FanDuel. Then Najee Harris played a little bit, only 18% of the snaps. So what do you like at running back here? Is there any value like lower down? Like Nick Chubb had 13 carries. He's kind of cheap.
I love I love me Hampton. I mean, the 80% target, the 80% snap thing, I can't get out of my mind. Chubb did look good. So he is very enticing, but on the smaller slates, can you really even afford to get Q? I think if Bowers doesn't play, I think we can get Q at the wide receiver position with the Raiders.
100%. Let me just, if you're looking at some crazy salary savers like below Chubb, there is only one guy, played 27% of the snaps. He's the receiving back. I was saying, if you want to throw a real dart throw, I think Dare Ogunbowale for Houston. He sees the field in passing situations. They like to dump it off to him. He had a couple of targets, 2 catches, I think, last week, 4 or 5 fantasy points. But if he just breaks off one of those little screens for a touchdown, junk garbage, he's absolutely worth it. So if you want to take a dart throw, should be super low owned. Dare Ogunbowale. Let's talk about Dameon Pierce. Everyone, it was preseason darling, right? Value. Dameon Pierce is going to be the guy. Nick Chubb, blah, blah. Dameon Pierce didn't do shit. Is it time to bail on Dameon Pierce?
I think 2 years ago was the time to bail on Dameon. I mean, dude, ever since they drafted him from Florida, he was going to be the quote unquote guy. So much so that they went out and signed Joe Mixon.
Right.
And they brought in an aging Nick Chubb. I mean, to me, that kind of told us what they thought of Dameon Pierce. I can't get there. Genty against the Chargers front is kind of tough to trust, but the volume will be there. Bucky Irvin against Houston. I worry about the Bucs offensive line being able to contain Anderson and crew. I mean, for me, it's Hampton and then either Chubb or Genty. I mean,
I think I'm going to have to take the upside with Bucky Irving. I mean, we're going to have a little bit of all of it, right? But I like the targets in the passing game a lot. Kyron Williams had success last week against Houston. I think his upside's higher than Ashton Genty's against the Chargers.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
You know what I mean? So I think I prefer him. Hampton, you're right. I think I was a little bit lower down on that. But game script wise, especially if the Chargers are winning this game, Jim Harbaugh tries to run it a little bit more. I wonder if you'll see more Najee Harris now he's been back a week. He was supposed to be the guy, right? This plan wasn't to start the rookie. It was supposed to be 1A, 1B. And Najee Harris was supposed to be 1A, sort of working the rookie in until he sort of took over. Of course, the eye incident on the 4th of July and all that stuff. But what about Rachaad White? He does play. He's the other guy. Look, if you're playing, the only way you play these guys, and this happens all the time, right? You see the guy at first, you're like, why the fuck? How did they play Rachaad White? Well, they just play the top backup in case an injury happens on the first drive, right? Like if Bucky Irving pulls up lane with a hammy, which is going to happen to us, it's going to happen to me, it's going to happen to you watching, it's going to happen to Eric. We're going to be big on a player, and they're going to get fucking hurt. You Xavier Worthy backers last week know exactly what I'm talking about, and it will happen to you. So if you're playing like multiple lineups, you can sprinkle in Rachaad White because if Bucky Irving goes down, right, then he'll see some carries and he'll see the bull, and then he's got big upside. And everyone's like, why didn't nobody think to play him? Well, it's just an injury thing. Again, if Bucky Irving doesn't get injured, then Rachaad White's going to be a dud in your lineup unless one of his 2 or 3 touches throughout the game results in a touchdown. Anything else at running back?
No, I got.
Let's get to these wideouts here.
Little dried up.
Let's get to the wideouts. So Nico Collins, most expensive, followed by Ladd McConkey, then Mike Evans, then Emeka Egbuka, then Quentin Johnston, then Jacoby Myers, 4,900, Keenan Allen, 4,800, Jaden Higgins, 4,300, Deontay Thornton Jr., 4 targets last week, 3,900, Jake Betch, who I think will see the field more if, I know he's a wide receiver, but I think he'll see the field more if he'll see the field more if Brock Bowers doesn't play, in my view. I know they like Jake Betch just a little bit. They're sort of kind of looking for who they like at receiver. What are we looking for here, Eric? Matchup-wise, Houston was susceptible to the pass last week. Yeah. The Raiders were susceptible. The Chargers were. All these teams sort of have flaws in that secondary. What do you think here?
I love Jacoby Myers with or without Brock Bowers. 10 targets, 8 receptions, 97 yards, and his salary dropped $200. He was $5,100 on DK last week, down to $4,900. Really like Jacoby Myers. If we're looking for a dart throw, what about Sterling Shepard? 6
Right.
targets, 3 receptions, 39 yards. We're looking to pay down a little bit. I also like the kid Thornton from the Raiders. 4 targets, 2 receptions, 45 yards. If no Brock Bowers goes, he's going to be a bigger part of the passing game. With Houston, for me, it's absolutely Stroud or nothing. Collins or nothing. Just because these other guys just really the kids that they got, Higgins and Noel from Iowa State, those guys have really struggled. They look bad in the preseason. They really didn't do anything in that first game. So I wouldn't go to one of them. I would stay away from Quentin Johnson, obviously Ladd McConkey, Mike Evans, Keenan Allen. I'm going to take a stand against Emeka Buka. I mean, I think he's going to be very over-owned after this game he had last week. Him and Sterling Sharp had the same amount of targets. And if you take that big play away, what was that touchdown that he had? Like a 30-yard touchdown?
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns.
Or no, like the big one. What was the big play he took away?
Oh, it was like 39. It was the last play, the game winning.
Yeah, so if you take, let's call it 40 yards. If you take that play away on a broken coverage, he had 3 for 27 and a touchdown. That's not screaming off the page for you. You know what I mean? Like if that broken play touchdown doesn't happen. So I'll take a stand against him. I love Jacoby Myers. Mike Evans, obviously love him. Nico Collins. Down the page a little bit, Keenan Allen and Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, Sterling Shepard, 3,100 on DraftKings, 4,800 on FanDuel, played 64% of the offensive snaps. Xavier Hutchinson, another cheap guy, played 68% of the snaps for Houston. Didn't do shit, 2 targets, but 6 fantasy points. Trey Tucker is sitting at 3,400 DraftKings, much more expensive on FanDuel at 5.5. He played 90% of the offensive snaps, 3 targets, 13 DraftKings points. Deontay Thornton's played 60%. Emeka Buka played 93% of the offensive snaps. That's what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
I love that. So I love the Mike Evans, Egbuka. I don't mind stacking them both, trying to be a little bit different, get exposure to the entire passing game. Houston, you saw Puka Nacua last week, had a huge game. Again, after coming back from getting stitches put in his head, bleeding all over the place, still had a huge game. So I like both those receivers. Nico Call, look, I think CJ Stroud sucks. I'm going to say it right here. I do not think CJ Stroud is a good NFL quarterback. I really don't. I think he had the good rookie year. You watched him last year. It was bad. You watched him week 1. It's only getting worse. He has no confidence. He can't throw the ball downfield. He's inaccurate, wildly inaccurate, makes terrible decisions. Just isn't good. Nico Collins week 1. I'm going to have a CJ Stroud, Nico Collins stack lineup for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be with my nose plugged because I don't trust them. I think they're wildly underwhelming. Complete for me. I thought Houston would be really, really, really good, and that seemed like that young team was sort of growing together. That vibe's gone for me. I'm not sold on CJ Stroud, so I'll have that Nico CJ Stroud stack, but I won't have Nico without CJ Stroud, and I won't have him in a bunch. I prefer give me Ladd McConkey, give me Mike Evans at a cheaper price. You mentioned Jacoby Myers, Keenan Allen. I'll probably, there's a lot of different ways to do the receiver room here, but I like all those guys more than I like Nico. Not because I don't think Nico Collins is good. I just think CJ Stroud is dog shit. I really do. Okay. Thoughts? You like Stroud, or what do you think about Stroud?
I think that I got to see one more game. I think losing an interior offensive lineman right before the game kind of flows the offense. But
and he got that pouty face too. I can't stand the way he fucking looks when he's walking off the field. Pouty little baby cheeks. It's just I don't know. I don't like him. Like I was big on him, but I backed him so many times last year. It's just repeated.
Yeah.
Throw out of bounds. Throw in the dirt. He reminds me of Derek Carr, like a Derek Carr who sucked. I don't know why he ever got contracts, but
I'm playing around. I'm playing around with a lineup right now. Tell me what you think of this one.
Okay.
Stroud.
Boo. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Running back, Hampton Chubb. Wide receivers, Jacoby Myers, Mike Evans, Nico Collins. Tight end, Mayer. I am banking on Brock Bowers not playing. Ladd McConkey in the flex, and the Texans defense.
We get an updated practice report here. Was he limited yesterday at practice, or did he not practice at all?
He didn't go.
Oh boy. Oh no, it says back at Raiders practice. Carroll expects him to play. He's preparing, is trending in the right direction. I mean, it's just wait and see. That's why it's beneficial to be in the Patreon. $15. Click the link. We'll have the lineups up there because we just don't know right now.
Yeah, I just looked terrific. That was the
Looked terrific. I heard he was in a fucking leg casing on Friday. Had one of those compression things on Friday.
Looked terrific.
Great. Well, okay. So let's assume he is healthy. I will be interested in playing him now because players who with injury designations are always lower owned. So just in like tournaments, I'll sprinkle a little bit at it because I mean after that, the tight end position's pretty weak. I think I'll be even if he does play. Give me Michael Mayer, 3,300. Still had 4 targets with a full Brock Bowers last week.
Yeah,
give me some of that. I don't mind Dalton Schultz, 5 targets week 1. I don't hate that. But how about Tyler Conklin? He looked like tight end 1 for the Chargers. They were going to him all over the place. 2,800 or 2,900 DraftKings. I'll be looking at those ones. The Brock Bowers is a situation I think that we can take advantage of. I think it's going to lower the ownership for both he and it might raise it a little for Mayer, but what it would have been had he not played is going to be, you know what I'm saying? So him playing is going to relieve some of the high ownership we would have had with Mayer. Those are interesting there. And Cade Otton, don't sleep on Cade Otton. He played 86% of the snaps last week. They were just really good at defending the tight end position. Atlanta's got a lot of speed at linebacker. He only got targeted 3 times, but Cade Otton, Baker Mayfield trusts Cade Otton. He'll go to Cade Otton in the red zone. I think they're all live, but I'm not going to be paying up for Bowers outside of one tournament dart throw lineup trying to be different.
Yeah. I mean, obviously with the Bowers thing, I mean, I'd switch my lineup. I'll put him in because he's just such a focal point of the offense. But the value guy for me, Jacoby Myers, 4,900. I mean, the fact his price went down $200 after.
Yeah. Oh, a wide receiver. Yeah. But what about tight end here?
Sorry, tight end. No, Brock Bowers for sure. Brock Bowers, and then Dalton Schultz, maybe. I mean, looking at him, 5 targets, 3 receptions, 28 yards, only 5.8 points. He is going to be the second target guy in that wide receiver room because of the injury to Kirk and whatnot. Yeah.
So would it surprise you to know that Michael Mayer played 12% more snaps than Brock Bowers did in week 1?
That would surprise me.
Michael Mayer, 63% of the snaps. Brock Bowers, 51% of the offensive snaps. Didn't play Michael Mayer here or Tyler Conklin, who I thought looked good for the Chargers.
Yeah, I like those. I like those.
Last Friday night. Defensively, real quick here, and then we're going to get out of here. God, it's Sunday morning. I got to drink and rest or try to survive. I need a breakfast sandwich.
You got a meal?
Yeah, you got a planned meal because you're not a piece of shit like me, so that's good. You're much better. You won't have. I go to the doctor 29th, and I haven't taken my cholesterol statin thing that they gave me years ago for 2 years. Can't even imagine what they're going to say. I don't even know. I might be dying.
Did I tell you my doctor story when I went to the physical?
No.
So I'm sitting in the room, the nurse is checking my heart rate. And she looks at it it's really weird. And then she checks it again. And then she's like, I'll be right back. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? I'm
yeah, that's terrible.
Immediately you start panicking. Yeah. And then the doctor comes in and he puts it on. He starts, checks it again. And I go, what's going on? He's like, see, we usually only see a heart rate this low in high level Olympic athletes.
There you go. It's all these planned meals. All those planned meals. I have a body of an Olympic athlete. I had that happen with my blood pressure once at an acupuncturist. She was afraid, and takes my blood pressure. She looks at me. She goes, "Do you feel okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I feel fine." Like, "Are you sure? Because I think I need to send you to the hospital." I'm like, "I'm fine." She goes, "Your blood pressure is fucking 210 over." That's when I started getting on blood pressure pills, but I felt fine.
Jesus.
I don't know. I was like, maybe you just got a weird reading. I don't know. Anyways. Defense is here. Obviously, Chargers defense is live. That's probably going to be the highest owned. I have actually projected Texans possibly the highest owned at 31%, but I don't see that. To me, it's Chargers 1, Buccaneers 2, and then Texans, Raiders play at your own risk. But what you're hoping for is a kickoff return there. If you get a kickoff return for a touchdown, that's the thing. They don't have to be the best defense. We're just trying to get some sort of points here, but they're close enough in price where I'd say, I mean, I would say Tampa Bay because that Houston offense, I just think, like I said, I think CJ Stroud's dog shit. And then the Chargers, of course, because Geno Smith and the Raiders are dog shit. So there's that.
For me, I'd say Texans 1, Chargers 2, Raiders 3, Bucs 4. I just don't like the Bucs, man. I'm down on them this year.
Down on the Bucs. I'm just generating a little lineup here. Just kind of looking like if we did I was going to just make a sample lineup here. Justin Herbert, Bucky Irving. Let's go ahead and play Marion Hampton over Nick Chubb. I like the Sterling Shepard add in there. Let's go cheap with Sterling Shepard. Add in Ladd McConkey. We can add in Jacoby Myers over Egbuka. We could still pay up for Brock Bowers. I mean, you can do a lot of things here.
Yeah.
So this particular lineup leaves 900 on the table. Herbert, Irving, Hampton, Sterling Shepard, Ladd McConkey, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers at tight end, Egbuka at the flex, Chargers defense. Leave 900 on the table. That's just a little example here. Some of the player pools. We'll have all of our lineups in the Patreon. Click that link, video description below. Check that out. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Any final thoughts, Eric? Are we ready to get out? I hope you'll have a great Sunday. You too, bro. What do you think?
Good. Best of luck in your bets, guys. Excuse me. Hopefully we cash, and hopefully we can keep it going. It's been a good start. Let's look to go all the way through.
We have been rolling. It's been great. Eric was on fire Thursday Night Football. Let's keep it rolling on Monday night. For myself and Eric, have a great week. Have a great Monday. And, of course, good luck on all your future wagers.